it's not me having needed to meet someone that met all these requirements.
Yeah, that'd be too
when
much.
When it came down to it, it just was somebody that was, I don't know, easygoing.
Okay. Now, how was it dating people, though?
Well, here's another thing, too, is I say easygoing, but of course, a lot of people are easygoing initially because they're trying to sell you themselves. Sometimes, if they like you. If they don't like you, well, they can care less, right? But if they're trying to win you over, they could tell you things just to win you over. And then the true colors come out.
I think that happens with everyone in different ways. Some can be far worse, where you think, whoa, this person is completely different from when I first met them. And some will be like, okay, I can handle that. They just changed a little bit instead of changing a whole lot of it, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, and for me, it was just wanting somebody that was courteous.
Okay.
Because I told you this already also, is one thing that stood out to me is not even dating this person, but it was a friend that it was a stranger. It wasn't even a friend.
Okay.
She was going to grab something to eat, and then on the fly just asked, hey, do you want to come? So I replied yes. We went, and I didn't think nothing of it. I wasn't thinking, oh, she must favor me or anything. It was just kind of cool, let's go, whatever. But then when we went to go pay, before I could swipe my card, she beat me to it, to where I couldn't.
That's
because
nice of her.
Even if she had said, no, I'll pay, I would have still attempted to pay. But the way she
was smooth,
maneuvered,
huh?
she paid. And so that stuck with me, because during me having dated, that never was a thing. It was always me paying for everything. And it's not that I'm cheap.
No, I know.
Because it wouldn't be, say, just dinner. It would be multiple things throughout the day that I'd do with someone, and it would add up.
Yeah.
And say if it was just a one-time thing, then I get it, where it probably should be on me to just handle everything, no strings attached. But given that it was multiple things within a day, on multiple days, you would have thought that after a while, it would have triggered someone to, or the person that I was seeing, to say, hey, you know what? Let me get it this time.
I got it.
But this never happened.
Just suggest it.
Yeah. There you go. Just that. Just suggesting it.
Suggesting it.
Why can't I speak right now? Suggesting it.
Yes. Hey, I
would
mess
have
up
meant
with words too.
A lot. And I would have still paid. But yeah, just the gesture alone would have meant so much, and that never happened.
Yeah.
I remember dating somebody that I favored. Well, we favored each other, and I had to let it go because I was thinking, how is this not on her mind?
Yeah.
That we're doing all these things, and I get it. The idea is, well, he's a man. He should be able to take care of it.
To a point, though.
To a point. But as I'm saying, multiple things on multiple days.
Yeah, that's a lot.
After a while, you would think,
Yeah.
hey, let me just act as though I'm going to pay for it. Because he's
Just
probably going to
maybe
pay for it
joke around.
anyway. Yeah, but that never happened. And
You
so
just-
that for me was a big turnoff.
Oh yeah, and you know, as you know too, that's happened to me. But I was the one paying for everything. Everything. Expensive stuff too. Like hotels, a flight, because I had a long distance relationship.
Yeah.
And
Usually it's the cute one
hey.
being treated.
Oh. Yeah, that's when I was telling you about this, hearing myself say it, I feel, what is it called, secondhand embarrassment, I think.
Yeah.
Man, I would have been so embarrassed if I was him, but I guess he just wasn't thinking. I can't comprehend it, because I would think, okay, she's buying everything. I think even when I was there, I was purchasing food. He probably bought it a couple times, but what's crazy is it's so true when you're young, because I was younger. I didn't think much of it. I do remember my stepdad telling me, hey, maybe this isn't quite right. But I didn't think anything of it. I was like, oh, whatever. I love him.
Yeah, when you're dating and believe you're in love,
I know. You'll do almost anything.
You're willing to zero out your account in the name of love.
Yeah. But I get it. It's now when I think back on it, I would have just like no, actually, I said I would have just liked the thought of it, of him suggesting it, but actually, no, him doing it would have been really nice to come forward and be like, hey, I got it this time, or let me get the flight so you can come see me, and let me stay in the hotel with you. The hotel that you bought with your own money. Sorry. I just think, like, what the heck? That's so weird to me.
It could be that not only did he not think about it then, but he probably doesn't even think about it now.
I guess not. No, you're probably
with
right.
the idea of, man, I can't believe I did that with her.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I should have probably been better. Because
who knows?
with me, there's a lot of things I could have done better.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, me too, for sure.
When I see myself back then,
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of things I could have done better. So it's not to say that I'm only pointing the fingers at people that I've dated and say, oh, I wish they would have tried to at least gesture they're going to take care of me for once or something. But I don't want to say that as though I felt like I was owed it.
No,
But I felt it was very lopsided in
Yes.
that it was
Well-
always me taking care of everything, and all the while it wasn't
no suggest.
they
they weren't
back.
thinking. Yeah, I know. I get
So-
what you mean.
When we dated, that's the one thing that stood out, because usually I was driving an hour or two
yeah.
to
That too.
meet people, because being in a small town, it tends to be that everybody dates everybody, and I didn't want that, so
I
I
don't blame you.
preferred to make the drive to try to meet someone that didn't date a friend and such. And when I met you, I was perplexed because you offered to come see me. I wasn't comfortable with that because I felt as though, no, I should come to you, but you were very stern on, no, I'm coming to you. And so you did, and that for me was a good first impression. But then also when we were dating, soon after, you were trying to take care of me too. It wasn't just me taking care of you, and that was appreciated. And that for me said so much that after 2 weeks of dating, that's when I was even asking. I was telling you, I'm going to marry you.
Yes.
And this is saying a lot too, because
I remember thinking, what the heck?
I didn't want to get married. I was dating to kind of meet somebody and live with somebody eventually, but not get married. But you completely changed that for me, because I felt you were speaking to me in the right ways.
Well, I think I guess what I think about is, yes, I'm old-fashioned too, but I feel as though if it's been multiple dates, I just, me personally, I don't feel right being like, no, he's just going to pay for everything. I just don't think that way. I start thinking, okay, no, let me pitch in a little bit, even though you didn't let me, but I still think about it because I just don't feel right to, especially if we're going on multiple dates. Even though I just think, and I'm not even an expensive person by no means, but I just think to myself, okay, let me maybe pitch in so that he's not paying for every single thing, especially if it's multiple dates. But you still didn't let me though, but still.
And very long dates.
Yes.
Because it started almost soon after we were spending all day with each other.
Yeah.
And so that was...
we would do nice things too, like going for walks at the park, or, stuff that didn't. But yeah, when it comes to doing things, a lot of things in one day, that stuff can add up, and you sometimes just think, okay, well, maybe someone can at least suggest it, and just, even though you're old-fashioned, you think, hey, I guess when I start to think, let me try to pitch in a little bit, even if they're not going to let me try it. But you never let me, but still, it's the thought that counts.
Yeah, for me, it was just a gesture. That's all I wanted. I didn't want you to necessarily pay for something. Just the attempt of being courteous, and not even in a monetary way where you'd pay for something, but rather, I don't know, just being courteous with others too while you were with me.
Oh, I know what you mean, yeah.
And being respectful.
Yeah.
That said a lot also, because you were doing things that I could tell weren't necessarily to impress me. I could easily see you doing that with someone else. Not just because I favor him, so I'm going to do things to get him to favor me. You were just doing it out of a good heart, and I could see that so easily. That's why I was so...
I'm marrying you right now.
So about it.
If I had a ring, I would do it right now.
Yeah.